Welcome to Paris 2024 and the Porte de la Chapelle Arena. We are crescendoing towards the climax of the games of the 17th Paralympiad. And in the para-powerlifting, we are about to hit the peak weight in every sense of the word, with the women's over 86 kilo and men's over 107 kilo class competitions. Para-powerlifting is one of the fastest growing Paralympic sports in terms of participation, and, well, it is a sport that is in constant flux. The women's over 86 kilo competition is going to lead us off for the final session of the Games, a Games that has seen the record book well and truly torn up. They haven't just tumbled, they've been shattered. And in the 18th arrondissement, home to Montmartre, the promontory that overlooks Paris, we are at the peak of para-powerlifting prowess. Here is our start list. There's 3 individuals who will become Paralympians for the first time today. Ashley Dice of the United States, Hanni Watson of Australia, and Sriyanti of India. But there are those among them who are tried, tested and seasoned medal winners, with the bronze medalist Marzena Giemba from Tokyo, the silver medal winner Nadia Ali, and the gold medalist Deng Shu Mei. However, there is also the Nigerian, the gold medal winner from the under 86 category last time, Folashade Oluwafemiyao, who is also the world record holder. It is all quiet in the Porte de la Chapelle Arena for now. This arena has been in raptures at the quite extraordinary weight-shifting feats of people like Josephine Orji and Folashade Oluwafemi-Yo, who lead the world, they lead the history books, but you would suspect that the Paralympic record is in plight, as an immensely talented group of women will take to the bench. Our trio of referees hail from all corners of the globe, representative of the more than 100 nations that participate in this sport. Hungary, Kazakhstan, and the chief referee, Martin Kapler of Slovakia. All 3 of those will cast their votes in adjudicating as to whether a lift is good or no lift. Very much the soundtrack and the sights of these games and the Olympics before. The coup de bâton, a tradition harking back to the theatre days of the French capital, where we draw attention to the performance to come.
The coach of the French para-powerlifting team, Alexis Guillot.
Fittingly, Alexis Guillot, the coach of the French team, strikes the baton 3 times and calls attention, for greatness is upon us in the para-powerlifting at Paris 2024. My name is Joe Burns, and Pete Selby is alongside me for this women's over 86 kilo final.
Thank you, Joe. And the first athlete is out on stage next to a bar that has 85 kilograms on. The bench is set as well. The rack height has already been set for each athlete, and up and down according to who will be lifted next. We have Ghazala Al-Khoury from Libya on stage. 51 years old. Second. That third Paralympic appearance appeared in Sydney in year 2000. And then all the way, 16 years later, was in Rio. And Libya's joint flag bearers at the wonderful opening ceremony, along with athletic competitor Walid Ashtiba. 85 kilograms in round one. Waiting for at least 2 white lights out of 3. Referee on the left, on the right, and the chief referee just behind the head of the athletes. And it is a good lift. 3 white lights. So 3 white lights. It's a good lift. It's majority rules when it comes to the referees in powerlifting. We just need 2 of the 3 referees to give a white light. If there is a red light, then that will be a no lift for one of the referees, and they'll give a reason as well. There will be an indicator, whether it's part of the press, whether it's part of the down sequence, maybe the body position or the stop sequence, but it doesn't matter when it comes to our glory's first round lift, because it was 3 white lights. First of 3 lifts, and 85 kilograms. We're off to a bit of a flyer here in the women's over 86 kilogram category.
Plus, on the side.
Okay. Okay.
For the first time in Paralympic history, we will see the United States of America's Ashley Dice head to the bench for a lift. She's been to the World Championships on 3 different occasions, but now she reaches the pinnacle of the sport here at the Paralympic Games. She hails from Colton, California, which is less than an hour's drive along the I-10 from our hosts in 4 years' time in Los Angeles. She will look to make a statement, though, across the pond here in Paris with an opening lift of 110 kilos.
Start. Rack.
Controlled and complete and good. Ashley Dice affords herself a small celebration of a milestone moment. Her first good lift at the Paralympic Games, 110 kilos, receiving 2 white lights from the judges. Nervous excitement being harnessed positively.
Thank you.
And powerfully.
Here comes Perla Barcenas of Mexico, 53 years old and right at the top of the sport here at the Paralympic Games still. 7th Paralympic appearance. Medals all over the place. A silver medalist in Sydney, bronze in London and Beijing. And I know they're not medals, but 2 4th-place finishes as well, including in Tokyo. Former world champion. 6 medals in the World Championships. Proper legend of world powerlifting. from Mexico City. ...121 kilograms in round one. When you're at your 7th Paralympic Games, you know exactly how long to take and when you are ready. ...20 seconds to go.
Fuerte. Start. Baja. Ahí. Sube. Rack.
Well, it was worth the wait. 3 white lights for Perla Barcenas. In terms of weight, just below what she lifted in Sydney when winning silvers a long time ago now, 24 years ago. Has lifted as much as 135 at her best in Paralympic Games of years gone by. We'll see whether we can reach those heights as we go through the competition. But for now, it's an opening lift of 121 for the evergreen Perla Barcenas.
Australia's Hanni Watson makes her way to the platform for her opening attempt of 133 kilos. This is a big moment, not just for Hanni, but for Australian powerlifting en masse. Not represented in powerlifting at the 2016 Rio or 2020 Tokyo Games. She is now bringing para-powerlifting and Australia's prowess back to the main event here in Paris. And it is going to be a performance coming with some emotion that is charged and driven by the passing of her mother in 2023. She was and remains a driving force for this athlete. Hanni Watson steadying herself, readying herself, and with 133 kilos above her on her first attempt at a Paralympic Games.
Start. Rack.
Down, stop, press, dominance from Hanni Watson. You'll see few finer first lifts in a competition, let alone a Paralympic career. Such a big moment for her, such a big moment for para-powerlifting in the country. And it's all smiles for Hanni Watson with a successful first attempt.
Marzyna Ziemba of Poland. 34 years old, from Gromnik in Poland. 5th Paralympic appearance, age of 34. Still plenty to come, one would suspect. Silver medalist in Rio, bronze in Tokyo. Bronze medalist last year in the World Championships. It's been powerlifting for nearly 2 decades. Opening weight of 135 in round 1.
Start. Track.
Huge roar from the coach, let alone the crowd, and it's 3 white lights. That's a very, very good lift. Only 2 kilograms shy of what she lifted in the World Championships last year, in fact. In Tokyo, it was 140. So there's certainly more weight to be lifted for Marzyna. And an excellent start from the Polish athletes. Very, very comfortable at 135. Yep. Big thumbs up from the crowd and the referees for that lift. And also from Marzyna as well. Very controlled in all aspects, and power kicked in late on the press. Impressive in round 1.
Indonesia's Suryanti, 38 years old, heads out for her maiden bout at the Paralympic Games. She's got the experience of 3 World Championships on her side. She's got a silver medal from the Asian Para Games in 2022. But she'll have never been on a platform with quite this much pressure, quite this much pedigree in the field. And for the woman whom powerlifting came to reasonably late at the age of 30, less than 10 years ago, she has already ascended to the greatest competition there is in the sport. First attempt for Suryanti, 136 kilos.
Start. Rack.
Two white lights mean it's a good lift for the Indonesian. The one red light that you saw was from that man there. The chief referee at the head of the bench didn't like the stop sequence. Now the stop sequence needs to be controlled to the chest, make contact, not sink in, and it must be motionless before the press comes. However, for Suryanti, as we look at it now, what do you think? The 2 referees on the left and right, they thought it was good, and the lift stands.
Representing Egypt, Nadia Fekri is on stage at 141 kilograms. 50 years old. And this will be a 5th Paralympic appearance. Silver and 2 bronze in her career. Silver was in Athens, Beijing and Sydney for the bronze medals. Former world champion. Was silver medalist in Dubai last year. lifting 144. And very much lifting 141, right in there with a chance of more medals.
Start. Rack.
A huge roar. And it's 3 white lights. Beckley then with an excellent lift, 141 kilograms, 3 white lights. And jumping straight to the top of the leaderboard with a couple of lifts still to come. Nadia Beckley then of Egypt thanking the crowd. And they show their appreciation in return. Wanted more and more. Fantastic. It's the Paralympic Games. Make some noise. Great to see. And you know the Paris crowd will return their compliments. The noise for Beckley next time she appears on stage will be an awful lot louder, one suspects.
Deng Ximei of the People's Republic of China is the reigning Paralympic champion. It was gold in Tokyo with a lift of 153 kilos. Today, she begins her defense with one of 150. It's the weight that she lifted at the World Championships in Dubai in 2023, and that was good enough for gold.
Start. Rack.
Deng Ximei's opening gambit, a good one, to the tune of 150 kilograms. A strong start from the reigning Paralympic champion.
Here comes Folashade Oluwafemi-Ayo of Nigeria, the Paralympic champion at the up to 86 kilogram category. So we're up an extra weight category to the over 86 here for the Paralympic champion. First major championships at this weight category. She is the 3-time world champion. Again, an up to 86. And, well, if you're thinking, I wonder what Oluwafemi-Ayo is like at the over 86 kilogram category. Well, she set the world record in Tbilisi at a World Cup event before these Paris Paralympic Games. 165 is the world record. So it seems over 86 kilogram category will be to her liking. 157 on the bar in round 1 to take an early lead.
Start. Rack.
So smooth. And 3 white lights, a good lift for for the Stade Oluwafemiayo. A brilliant lift and straight to the top of the pile, and also by 7 kilograms as well. That's only 8 kilograms shy of her own world record. What a way to start the competition. It promises plenty. It's already an outstanding lift, but promises an awful lot more as well. So strong, very, very measured. Picture perfect lift, really. And that's 157. Oluwafemiayo leads with 157. Deng in second, People's Republic of China, 150. Ali in third.
Back to the start we go. Ghazala Alakouri of Libya. She was successful in her first attempt of 85 kilos. And it really is a welcome return to the Paralympics. No visit to Tokyo. It's been sporadic appearances for her throughout her career, in fact, having made her debut in Sydney in the year 2000. Then the next was Rio 2016. Now another 8 years on, and 24 in total since that first time in Sydney. She is back. Powerlifting on the biggest stage of them all, the Paralympics.
Start. Rack.
In complete command of the bar, all the way through that. The left referee didn't like something, I think it was the press, but it doesn't matter. It'll read next to her name that 90 kilos was attempted, and 90 kilos was a good lift. Great honour being the flag bearer coming into the games, and very, very few do that twice as she has done, having done so in Rio. An amazing athlete and ambassador for Libyan para-powerlifting.
Ashley Dice of the United States with 112 kilograms on the bar. 37-year-old making Paralympic debut here. Has competed in para-athletics. Won gold in the javelin, silver in the shot put. That was in the US National Championships in LA. Before then switching to para-powerlifting. All of a sudden, she says, I stopped throwing the discus and it just felt so natural. Powerlifting game.
Go. Big rib, big back. Let's go.
Round two, 112 kilograms.
Start. Cross. Track.
And a good lift, just the one of the referees saying They didn't like the press sequence, but it doesn't matter. 2 out of 3, and Ashley Dice with a good lift in round 2. Here in Paris, after having a very injury-hit run up to the games last year, roughly a year ago, he's been out through injury and then returned this year. He's returned in form, and he's 2 from 2 with her lifts in Paris. Returned just before the Pan American Games. Says as well as it's physical, it was a mental recovery as well. And she's back.
Perla Barcenas returns to the platform. What a career she's had. Touched upon before her opening lift of quite how many medals she's won in all corners of the globe. Her idol's Michael Phelps. Don't know if she'll quite collect as many medals as the legendary US swimmer, but she's not far off in the global conversation. And here, with a lift of 130 kilos, she would solidify her position in 7th and put her in range of a number of other women above her in the leaderboard at the moment.
Yes. Fuerte. Start.
Acá. Ahí, sube. Sí.
Rack.
You don't need to be fluent in Espanol to know that C means yes, please. We'll keep that lift, we'll take those 2 white lights, and we will take that good lift. 130 kilos, there was some pressure on that press, but Perla Barcenas, with all that wisdom from all those big global competitions, takes the bar to the apex.
Annie Watson of Australia, the 41-year-old with 138 now on the bar. It's way more than she lifted at the World Championships last year when lifting 125. Bronze medalist from Birmingham 2022, the Commonwealth Games. Been powerlifting for a few years now. 2021. Got plenty of time. To get herself physically prepared in the right place, but also mentally as well. ready to attempt in round 2, 138 kilograms. Australia's Hanny Watson. Currently in 6th position.
Start.
Completes her lift. Were the elbows locked out simultaneously? No, says the referee. It's the press for the chief referee and the referee to the right. Now, athletes and their coaches, they do have an opportunity to challenge the decision. They'll make their way behind their chief referee. And there is a station with a red box, and they need to place a card on that box to officially challenge the results. There we are, just on the left. There's that red box. Are they going to challenge? They're thinking about it. Well, they've decided to leave the challenge for now. So they're going to accept the decision. And he has acted as a referee before in Australia. She'll return in round 3.
Sriyanti of Indonesia, returning with 138 kilos in her sights. She just gestures there to the referees to remind them of the functionality that her impairment allows her. It is logged already, and it's displayed on the screen as well with her competitor information, but it is customary to sort of have that contact, that reminder with the referees. Second lift for Sriyanti, 138 kilos.
Start. Rack.
Success for Sriyanti. 2 white lights from the referees, and it is a thank you to them as well. Very nicely done by Sriyanti, 138 kilos. She is moving nicely, and she is in 4th position.
Marzyna Zimba of Poland, currently in 5th position. This lift of 140 will lift the Polish athlete to 4th on her 5th appearance in the Paralympics. Former silver and bronze medal winner. Sure, her clubmates at Stade Tarnow will be all watching Marzyna. .140 in round 2, again to move, and this time into 4th place.
Start.
Well, a huge roar from the coach, and Marzyna responds. It's a no lift. It's the stop sequence from all 3 referees. The stop sequence on the chest. The bar has to contact with the chest, come to a halt, and then the press sequence will start. All three referees in agreement with the stop sequence. Here we go, down to the chest. Oh, did it make contact? I don't think it did. And all three, again, on the left, on the right, and there's the chief referee behind the head. They all spotted that.
Now for the Egyptian athlete, which is to be known as Nadia Fekri in the competition. The Cairo native, who has been on the podium 3 times in Paralympic Games gone by. She has been lifting for nearly 30 years and for more than 25 years as a representative for Egypt. Her exploits on the bench have led her to national honours in Egypt, not just in sport, but in society as a whole. She's in the bronze medal position. She's going for 145 kilos on this occasion to solidify that position on the leaderboard.
Start. Rack.
Well, Nadia Fekri was in absolutely no doubt that that lift was good. And for her, it was very good. "50 years young and still mixing it with the very best in the world, and moves 145 kilos just to hammer home that she is the bronze medal athlete to beat right now.
Deng Jimei currently in silver medal position. 150 lifted in round 1. 153 being attempted here. A reigning world and Paralympic champion. Asian Games champion as well. "32-year-old. In the silver medal position. $153, round 2.
Start. Yeah! Rack.
And a good lift. Just the stop sequence, according to the chief referee, will go down as a good lift. And Deng Jimei remains in the silver medal position. She is 8 kilograms clear of Fekri in bronze. At current time, she's 4 behind Oluwafemi. So it could well be that Deng is too far from the gold and far enough to be comfortable from bronze on her own in silver. Paralympic champion, happy with that.
Oluwafemi opens her arms and invites the Porte de la Chapelle Arena to welcome her in for what is a Paralympic record attempt. She shifted 157 kilos with relative ease in her opening attempt. And now the Nigerian looks to beat the marker laid down by her countrywoman Josephine Orji at Rio in 2016, almost 8 years to the day.
Start.
A new Paralympic record for Folashade Oluwafemi. A Paralympic record clinched with such ease and elegance. An incredible lift. Oluwafemi pushes herself even further ahead at the top of the leaderboard. Deng Shomei is in silver and Nadia Fekri is in bronze.
Ghazala Alakouri will get us underway in round 3. From Libya, currently in 9th place at her 3rd Paralympic Games. 85 lifted in round 1, 90 in round 2, 93 is on the bar for her 3rd and final attempt. The co-flag bearer for Libya here in Paris. And a sensational opening ceremony. Straps being tightened by Abdul Rahim Zawi. Also Shaban Faraj. Coaches for the 51-year-old. We will get us underway in round 3 here in the over 86 category in Paris.
Start.
Whoa! Empty!
Rack.
And it's a perfect way to start round 3. 3 white lights with her final lift. 1 for each of her lifts, you might say. Successful in rounds 1, 2, and 3. And a superb competition from Ghazala Alakouri of Libya. 100% record here in Paris. And will finish in 9th place.
USA's Ashley Dice has 2 good lifts out of 2. 110, 112. Will she add 1:15 to her rap sheet here in Paris? Quite nice to watch her just look around and soak in the environment with which she is lifting. And she may have been to Worlds, she may have been to Pan Americans, but I don't think she'll have ever been in an arena quite like this. It's a really healthy crowd that have packed in here for this final day's action. And Ashley Dice just taking a moment to appreciate it. Taking a moment to compose herself for a lift of 115.
Start. Bus. Rek.
A lift that asks just that little too much of her. She's happy. She's happy. Brief exchange with her coach. There's one of her teammates there, Bobby Body of the USA powerlifting crew, who've shown up and been wonderful additions, not just in the weight that they've lifted, but their whole personas here on the platform. They've been a real joy to have along for the powerlifting program. And Ashley Dice of Colton, California, has got lifts with which to build foundations of the future on. Wasn't to be with 1:15, but come 4 years' time, down the road in LA, from where she's from, she'll have more to say, will Ashley Dice.
Carola Barcinas at her 7th Paralympic Games in round 3. Of course, she's lifted 2 good lifts so far, 121, 130, so a full 9 kilograms more, and now we're going up an extra 6 to 136 in round 3. 136 place her in 5th place at this current stage from her 7th place berth at the minute. Former world champion, 3-time medalist at the Paralympic Games, 2 bronze and a silver. Silver was back in Sydney. From Mexico City, Barcinas for 136 in round 3.
Yes. Fuerte.
Start.
Baja. Ahí, sube.
Rek.
It's a no lift. Press sequence not completed. But 130 in round 2 will go down as Barcinas' best lift here. And this knowledgeable Paris crowd give Perla Barcinas the applause. First of all, she deserves here in 7th place in Paris, but also I think a lot of the applause is about the career that she's had at Paralympic Games. This her 7th, the multiple medalist. It's a very, very warm reception from the Porte de la Chapelle Arena.
Body flow.
Annie Watson of Australia is back for her third lift. A first para-powerlifting presence for Australia in 3 games. Wasn't anyone in Rio, no one in Tokyo, but Annie Watson has done it and she is here. She is a pioneer, a true groundbreaker for Australia, having become the first to represent the nation at the Commonwealth Games too, where she claimed bronze. And she's said in the run-up to this that she is carrying the memory of her mother with her to the platform, who passed away in 2023. Her inspiration, the one who said to her, "You've got something, kid, don't give it up." Has she got a lift of 140 kilos in her to close out her time in Paris? Wouldn't just be a huge lift, it'd be a lift to propel her to 4th position.
Start.
For a moment, Annie Watson almost broke through that wall of resistance that met her at the crucial moment in that press. Twice it seemed to stall. Twice she found the power and the determination to continue its ascent. However, ultimately beaten by the weight of 140 kilos. But a magnificent moment for Annie Watson. And a bit of history for her as well. And a bit of a flex, yeah, why not Annie? It was the second wind that came in there. It needed a third gust. But it wasn't to be. Wonderful effort from Annie Watson, who finishes 6th.
Suryani, Indonesia, is on stage in 4th place currently. And this is a lift of 140. And this will just solidify her position on the leaderboard in 4th place. She will not move forward to the bronze medal position, currently at 145. So it is a step deemed just too far for the 38-year-old on Paralympics debut, and it's been a superb debut so far. Started powerlifting when she was 30, so in 8 years she's gone from lifting her first weights to trying to solidify 4th at the Paralympic Games.
Start. Rack.
Well, failing at 140, but straight away the disappointment of a no lift. I don't think it took 2 or 3 seconds. It was gone straight away, and all of a sudden the smile appears. Again, Paralympics debut, and a thoroughly impressive one as well. 138 kilograms. Currently in 4th place. And is enjoying the reception she's been given by the Porte de la Chapelle Arena crowd. I understand why 3rd place of 145 was too far to aim for. Currently 4th place for Suryanti of Indonesia.
Marzena Giemba comes out for her third attempt. She was successful at 135, no lift at 140, now 146 awaits the 34-year-old who hails from Groningen, which is a tiny village in the south of Poland. We're talking a population of less than 4,000, and they have produced a para-powerlifter of such pedigree, one who's claimed silvers, claimed bronzes before at Paralympic Games. And here with this lift of 146, she will put herself into a bronze medal berth if successful. Marzena Giemba, 146 on the bar.
Start. Rek.
The down was good, the stop was good, but sadly failure to launch for Marzena Giemba, who still emerges and rises from the bench with the disposition of a woman who's proud of her work, and she should be. It's a fifth position in a stellar field of para-powerlifters. The company she is keeping up there is nothing to be ashamed of. A best lift of 135 kilos for Poland's Marzena Giemba. She claims fifth in Paris.
Now, extra weight has been applied to the bar because Nadia Fekri of Egypt has elected to go for 154. Now, the reason is because in silver medal position, Deng Ximai of the People's Republic of China has 153 to her name. So now she knows that she's safe in the bronze medal position. The bronze is good for Nadia Fekri. And this is an attempt now to move into the silver medal position with Deng still to lift in round 3. Nadia Fekri with 2 good lifts so far, both with 3 white lights. But this is 9 kilograms more than she's lifted so far. To move into the silver medal position, 154, round 3.
Start. Rek.
It's an O-lift. It was a big ask. Again, this was an increased weight, an extra 3 or 4 kilograms from what she originally elected. You can change on a couple of occasions in the final round. She's put on a show here in Paris with her first 2 lifts. Really getting the crowd going, and they don't need any more encouragement. They've taken Nadia Fekri to their hearts. And a stunning ovation for the bronze medal winner. From a nation that has a stunning record in para-powerlifting, Egypt, and Nadia Fekri's added to their story with another Paralympic medal. That's now 4 in her possession.
The People's Republic of China's Deng Ximai is going to attempt 155 kilos here. She is assured of silver. There is absolutely no question about that. And this lift of 155 won't see her move into the gold medal position. But depending on how the following lift goes, it could open her up to a fourth power lift. We'll have to see. However, 155.
Start.
Silver sealed to the tune of 155 kilos for Deng Shimei, who betters her efforts, her gold medal winning efforts of Tokyo by 2 kilos. And were it not for the woman above her in those rankings, she would be going home with gold again. 3 outstanding lifts. 3 presses of the highest caliber. Deng Shimei, 155 kilos conquered at Paris 2024.
Body float.
Folashade Oluwafemiayo of Nigeria. This is a world record attempt. Paralympic record was broken in round 2 with 162 kilograms. This is 166 to try and beat her own world record, which she set only a few months ago. She's in the gold medal position with possible power lifts to come. This is the end of round 3. The crowd fully aware of the situation. They know that this is for a world record, 166, a weight that has never been lifted in the women's over 86 kilogram category in powerlifting. Nigeria's Folashade Oluwafemiayo.
Start.
The crowd like it, the referees like it as well. It's a new world record. Oluwafemiayo has beaten her own world record, 166 kilograms. The crowd are on their feet. Folashade Oluwafemiayo of Nigeria. She smashed the Paralympic record and she's broken the world record. The 3-time world champion and Paralympic champion at up to 86. Now over 86. And she's conquered all before her once again. And by doing so, she has set new heights. A superb lift. A lift of a weight that's never been lifted before. A way to win a competition that cannot be rivaled, and that's by breaking a world record. The only way you can possibly better it is with a power lift and maybe going for more, and she is. She's not stopping there, and with this crowd at these Paralympic Games in Paris 2024, why would you stop when you've got the option of a power lift, a fourth attempt to try and break the world record that you set mere minutes ago.
Body slowly.
There's peer pressure, and there's Porte de la Chapelle Arena pressure. And Folashade Oluwafemi-Ayo has succumbed to the will of the people. One more kilo has been thrust onto this already bulging barbell. As the gold medalist confirmed, Folashade Oluwafemi-Ayo looks to write another historic chapter in the retirement home of records. It is the Porte de la Chapelle Arena. 167 kilos to extend her own world record she set moments ago.
Start.
Folashade Oluwafemi-Ayo delights the Porte de la Chapelle Arena once more with another world record. She is without peer. The outstanding Oluwafemi-Ayo has broken record after record, and that's just in this session. She'll leave with gold, but she will also leave with a whole page in the history books dedicated to her feats here at Paris 2024. She drove all the way through just as resistance began to creep in. It is us bowing to Folashade Oluwafemi-Ayo, the greatest to ever do it in the women's over 86 kilo class. Well, that's how it all ended up. It's bronze for Egypt's Nadia Fekri, silver for China's Deng Shi Mei, and gold and a new world record for Nigeria's Folashade Oluwafemi-Ayo.
please welcome the medalists.
The victory ceremony for the women's over 86 kilogram category here at the Paralympic Games in Paris 2024. A stunning category, a brilliant competition, and a world record breaking competition.
Les médailles seront remises par
The medals will be presented by
Monsieur Jorge Moreno, responsable de la World Powerlifting.
Head of World Powerlifting.
Awarding the medals, the head of World Powerlifting, Mr. Jorge Moreno.
Madame Ludivine Roosbeck, directrice des partenariats Paris 2024.
Paris 2024 Partnership Director
Partnerships Director.
Ludivine Roosbeck will help with the medals.
Médaillé de bronze pour l'Égypte.
Bronze medalist representing Egypt, Nadia Fekli.
Nadia Fekli of Egypt, a bronze medalist here in Paris. And she's delighted, and so she should be. This is Nadia's 4th Paralympic Games medal. A silver in Athens, joined by bronze medals in Beijing, in Sydney, and now, 20 years later, more than 20 years, 24 indeed, in Paris for Nadia Fekli of Egypt.
Médaillé d'argent représentant la Chine.
Silver medalist representing People's Republic of China, Deng Xinpei.
Deng Xinpei of the People's Republic of China, a silver medal winner, trying to defend her Paralympic title she won in Tokyo. It was a perfect competition, 3 from 3 with her lifts, and 155 was lifted in round number 3. A huge amount, and a super silver for Deng Xinpei.
Médaillé d'or et championne paralympique pour le Nigeria.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Nigeria, Folashade Olofemi.
A huge ovation for Folashade Olofemi of Nigeria, the Paralympic champion in the up to 86 kilogram category in Tokyo, has stepped up a weight category and has won again here in Paris in the over 86 kilogram category, and in doing so broke her own world record on 2 occasions. Paralympic champion Folashade Olofemi.
Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez vous lever si vous le pouvez pour l'hymne du Nigeria.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you're able for the anthem of Nigeria.
Bronze medal for Nadia Fekli of Egypt. Silver for Deng Xinpei of the People's Republic of China. And a gold medal for Nigeria's Folashade Olofemi. And 2 world records as well. A simply outstanding women's over 86 kilogram category here at the Paralympic Games in Paris 2024. An event and the weight category that everyone here will never forget.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes for the men's over 107 kilo category Paralympic. Representing Ghana, Tahiru Haruna.
Représentant la Grande-Bretagne, Liam McGarry.
Representing Great Britain, Liam McGarry.
Représentant l'Égypte, Am Mossad.
Representing Egypt, Am Mossad.
Représentant la Colombie, Eglain Mena.
Representing Colombia, Eglain Mena.
Représentant la Géorgie, Akaki Gichaladze.
Representing Georgia, Akaki Gichaladze.
Représentant l'Ukraine, Anton Kryuko.
Representing Ukraine, Anton Kryuko.
Jordanie, Jamil El-Chebi.
Representing Jordan, Jamil El-Shabli.
Et enfin, représentant l'Iran, Hamad Hamidzadeh.
Representing Islamic Republic of Iran, Ahmad Ahmadzadeh.
Ce sont vos athlètes pour la catégorie des plus de 107 kilos.
These are the athletes competing in the men's over 107 kilo category.
Vers l'écran vidéo, nous allons sélectionner les officiels pour l'aire de compétition.
Please direct your attention to the video board as we select the officials for the field of play.
Veuillez accueillir les officiels techniques pour cette session.
Please welcome the technical officials for this session.
En chef pour le Brésil, Conrado Brunacci.
Chief referee, Brazil, Conrado Brunacci.
Arbitre du côté gauche, Mohamed Salah Ali Al-Kersh, Yemen.
Left side referee, Yemen, Mohamed El-Kersh.
Arbitre du côté droit, Grèce, Pascalina Nerantzaki.
Right side referee, Greece, Pascalina Nerantzaki. Technical controller, Mexico, Leslie Gonzalez.
L'assistance vidéo avec les membres du jury.
Now the members of the jury. Republic of Korea, Lee Yu-jin. United Arab Emirates, Ahmed Al-Hamadi. Mexico, Isaac Klaus.
Votre déléguée technique est hongroise.
Technical delegate, Hungary, Zita Gierko.
Welcome to the Porte de la Chapelle Arena in Paris's 18th arrondissement for the men's over 107 kilo class para-powerlifting final. Sunday has brought in the crowds to pray at the altar of the bench press. Sunday service at the Porte de la Chapelle Arena has been a rowdy affair on the final day of Paris 2024, the games of the 17th Paralympiad. Who could know that a bench so small could elicit such mighty deeds from para-powerlifters at the very peak of their prowess? The start list for the men's over 107 kilo competition. 4 new Paralympians are among them. They include Tahiru Haruna, Liam McGarry, Egline Amena, and the world champion Ahmed Aminzadeh. There is the gold medalist from Tokyo, Jamil El Shebli, and there is Anton Krikov, who wasn't present at Tokyo but returns to the top table of para-powerlifting here in Paris. It is one of the fastest growing Paralympic sports in terms of participation, and is now practiced in more than 100 countries around the world. It is the ultimate test in upper body strength, and some records stand the test of time. Siaman Rahman, the late great Iranian, with his mighty lifts from Rio, remaining the best to ever be done 8 years on. A rapturous reception for the referees and the spotter and loader team who have come to the platform. Greece, Yemen and Brazil, the representatives who will determine what is a good lift and what is a no lift. A good lift is a white light from the referee. A no lift is a red light. Ideally you want all 3 whites, but majority rules in what is building to be a rowdy affair at the Porte de la Chapelle Arena. And 2 white lights mean the lift is good, 2 red lights mean it is no lift.
You've been amazing. Thank you so much. We're ready.
The bench is being racked at a height predetermined by the athletes during their weigh-in the day before competition. And the discs, I tell you, will keep on coming. Fervent support, stoked by the wonderful sports presentation team here in the Porte de la Chapelle Arena, means that we are crescendoing to a para-powerlifting climax on day 11 of Paris 2024. I'm Joe Burns, and for the men's over 107 kilo final in the para-powerlifting, I have Pete Selby alongside me.
Thank you, Joe. Let's get our first athlete onto the stage, shall we? Representing Ghana, Tahiru Haruna, 30 years old, at his first Paralympic Games. Former arm wrestler. He's one of the co-carriers of the flag at the wonderful opening ceremony here in Paris, along with Zenebu Asaya, who was competing in athletics. Well, he wanted to compete in the Paralympic Games in Paris, and he's making the most of it. Thoroughly enjoying the cauldron of an atmosphere inside the Porte de la Chapelle Arena. Getting involved with the music as well. And then we get down to business. First lift of the first round of the men's over 107 kilogram category.
Start.
And wasted no time once he was under the bar. We're looking for at least 2 white lights. He gets 3. Oh, yes. Now, for his own competition, we hope that Haruna will lift more. But just from a celebration point of view, I hope he does. I want to see more of that. 210, that's a massive weight in round one to be the first lift in the competition. Loving every single second of this, but also giving back to the audience as well, which is just going to make the crowd louder and louder as we go through round one. 210, a fabulous lift. And Tahira Haruna is underway in his Paralympic career.
Great Britain's Liam McGarry is being serenaded into the Porte de la Chapelle platform. The 27-year-old out for his first ever Paralympics. The man from Dartford, Kent, with a weight of 220 kilos to tackle for his first attempt. Para-powerlifting is all about the best attempts. 3 lifts to do as much damage with the bulging barbell as you can. He's a big West Ham United fan, Liam McGarry. Nicknamed the Irons. But for him, it is all about the steel that will be suspended above him in a moment. 220 kilos for Liam McGarry.
Come on now. Start. Right.
The bar descends and ascends like an elevator. The down, stop and press sequence receiving unanimous approval from the referees. And Liam McGarry's Paris 2024 para-powerlifting campaign is up and running with a successful first attempt of 220 kilos. Got a bit of a noisy fan club here, I can tell you that. They've roared him on to success in his first attempt. And a fine start for the man from Great Britain.
Mossad from Egypt, a nation who has provided the sport with countless champions. Mossad, a silver medal winner in Rio, was 6th in Tokyo, aiming to win another medal here in Paris. Pharmacist back in Egypt. Been powerlifting since he was 14, the now 32-year-old. Training is diligent and the medal is a blessing, he says, when it comes to para-powerlifting. He's got 227 indeed on the bar. In round one, Mossad. Well, has made light work of that. 2 out of 3. It is majority rules when it comes to decisions. One of the referees to the right did not like the press sequence. We've got a referee to the left, one to the right, and then the chief referee behind the head of the athlete. And again, majority rule, so 2 of those 3, if they are white lights, and if it is a good lift, then it will remain a good lift. And Mossad happy with that. 227 lifted in round 1.
The Colombian Egline Mena is about to have a moment, a Paralympic moment for the first time in powerlifting for him. The 29-year-old from Quibdó has been to a World Championships on 2 separate occasions. He's known what it feels like to have a bronze medal hang from around his neck. He's had silver in Santiago at the Pan American Games in 2023. But here today, he will bench at a Paralympics for the very first time, lifting out of Club Archangels in Bogota, the capital of Colombia. He begins his Parisian pursuits of power perfection with a lift of 232.
Correct.
Well, it was warmly received by pretty much every person in the Porte de la Chapelle arena, but most pertinently, all 3 referees disagreed. Now, this has gone to a lift challenge. Each athlete is allowed to challenge. They're allowed as many challenges as they like, actually. They must lodge it within 60 seconds, and it will go to a jury of 3. Now, the stop was fine. The press is under scrutiny here. Did those elbows lock out simultaneously? That is the key element, and it is challenge accepted for Egline Mena. Vindicated in going to the jury, and the Colombian goes to the top of the leaderboard.
Extra weight being added to the bar. Athletes are given 2 minutes to complete their lift, or to at least start their lift, but that will start once they've been announced. So the clock has not started yet. Kurakaki will be next on stage. Here comes Akaki Jincharadze of Georgia, who carried the Georgian flag at the opening ceremony. 4th in the Paralympic Games of Tokyo, also in the World Championships last year. From Tbilisi, a city and the country of Georgia, who have a proud record in lifting events and in para-powerlifting. Tbilisi, one of the cities where the World Cup circuit has a home, and where most of the athletes here in Paris had their final warm-up World Cup event. Jincharadze, 37 years old. with his first round lift of 238 kilograms. This is 28 kilograms more. And Haruna in his first lift. 6 more in Mina. So we'll put him at the top of the pile. Jincheradze, very, very easy, it seems. 238, a colossal weight. But Akaki Jincheradze of Georgia has 3 white lights and goes to the top of the leaderboard with 3 athletes still to lift in round 1. And in that sort of form, the Georgian, who has those 4th place finishes in Paralympics and World Championships, should be right in the conversation for a medal here in Paris. And that's an excellent start.
Anton Kryakov of the Ukraine, the 36-year-old, returning to the greatest show on earth for the first time since Rio in 2016. It's his 3rd bout at the Paralympics, having claimed 7th in London, 5th in Rio. He missed out on Tokyo, but he is a multi-medaled man on the World Championship scene, and he opens with a lift of 240 kilos here in Paris.
Start. Track.
Easy does it for Anton Kryakov. He makes light work of an enormous weight. 240 kilos. To the top of the log he goes, with 2 lifts to come in this opening round. Well, there, he's gesturing to his coach there, giving him the nod. That's where the coach inputs what weights they are going to tackle next. There's a lot of strategy around weight selection as you move through the rounds. They're taking strategy out, keep it simple, lift it and get a good one.
Jamil El-Shebli of Jordan, Paralympic champion in Tokyo in this category, previous bronze medalist from Rio, 2-time World Championship bronze medalist and Asian Power Games bronze medalist, has had a stellar career when it comes to powerlifting, being the reigning Paralympic champion. But before his powerlifting career, was a multiple medalist when it comes to the shot put in Beijing and Athens as well. A supreme athlete with all the power, with throwing a shot and all the power, with lifting very heavy weights from the bench. Likes to play chess when he's not. Opening lift for the defending champion. 242 kilograms. More than he lifted in Tokyo. And we're in round 1.
Start. Rack.
It's a no lift for El Shebly, who is attempting a huge weight. I mentioned just 1 kilogram more than
Thank you for not touching before.
he won with in Tokyo, so it's an extreme weight here in round 1. And that would just possibly open the door for a few in the competition to maybe think there is a medal possibility ahead of them. There's still 2 more lifts to go, and a nod of the head to the coaches, as if to say, the reigning Paralympic champion has got this under control and will do better in rounds 2 or indeed in round 3.
Ahmad Aminzadeh of the Islamic Republic of Iran has a relatively callow career when you look at the number of world competitions that he's been involved in. Just twice in the Worlds, once in the Asian Para Games, yet they've all been golds. This is the first time that we are seeing the Iranian at a Paralympic Games, and he's come here clear in his ambition. He's not here to compete, he's not here to medal, he is here for gold. Training out of Khuzestan province, 253 kilos for Ahmad Aminzadeh.
Ya Allah, Ya Allah.
Start. Rack.
While the steel bar strains, Ahmad Aminzadeh didn't quaver under the immense weight above him. 253 kilos. A first attempt conquered in emphatic fashion, and a sign, surely, of greater weight to come. The Iranian goes to the top of the leaderboard.
Aminzadeh sits top of the pile after round 1, 253 kilograms. Ahead of Krukov and Jincharadze. Accra in Ghana. Here comes Tahiru Haruna, who at the moment looks like he's enjoying his second lift as much as he did before he did his first. This is Paralympic debut. Now, are we going to have a bit of dancing beforehand? We did in round 1. The weight can come later. You've got a minute and a half to hear. Or are we down to business? First round of 210 was successful, and there's an extra 11 kilograms. That's quite the increase from one round to another. A full minute to go. Didn't manage to lift in his big championship debut in the World Championships of a few years ago. We get a bit of a move, bit of a roll and a flex. Is that rowing the boat? All the hits are coming out. And now, with 20 seconds to go, Haruna, 221, round 2.
Start.
Can he complete the press? Well, the referee says rack. No lift in round 2. Couldn't complete the press. But I think that Haruna's got 221 in him today. Round 2 is a no lift. Tahira Haruna will be back in round 3. Crowd favourite, that's for sure.
Britain's Liam McGarry, as you just saw in the crowd, appears to have brought a seven-nation army to support him from across the channel. And the man who's tried his hand at a number of sports in his time, from tennis to table tennis, pool swimming, and even archery, has bullseyed upon para-powerlifting as his sport to pursue to an elite level. An opening attempt of 220 was no sweat for Liam McGarry. He now ups the ante by a further 8 kilos. A war cry before going into battle with the bar. Liam McGarry for 228 in his second attempt.
Start.
McGarry celebrates, but the results are in, and 2 of the referees feeling like the press sequence wasn't precise enough. It was the left and right referees. The 3 tenets of the lift are the down sequence, the stop sequence, and the press sequence. Body position comes into it, but on this occasion, it was the press sequence. A challenge has been mounted. The jury, all 3 of them, must agree unanimously to overturn if the challenge is to be successful. Well, the face says it all. The challenge has been rejected. Liam McGarry records a no lift at 228. but he was oh so close and has a third to make amends and make progress up this congested table in the men's over 107 kilo class.
Here comes Mossad of Egypt. Currently in 5th position, 235 now on the bar. That's an extra 8 from his first round lift of 227, which was successful for the silver medalist from Rio. He lifted 235 in Rio. Been lifting for nearly 20 years. In Cairo. In terms of his competition, in 5th position, a full minute to go. And Mossad of Egypt, 235 in round 2.
Start.
Completes his lift. Now, we await the referees. It's a no lift, and it's a press sequence from 2 referees, and also a body position as well from the chief referee. So we have a lift challenge submitted once again. Now, both of the referees, the referee to the right and the chief referee, who is situated behind the head of the lifter, they both said no lift because of the press, but also body position from the referee behind. Now, did both elbows lock out at the same time? It is a unsuccessful lift challenge, so it will go down as a no lift. And Mossad of Egypt will remain in 5th place in round 2. His first round lift of 227 will remain his best.
Eglan Mena of Colombia is made to wait because there are some adjustments being made to the bench and the rack heights. He is a big man. The man from Quibdó, 29 years old. Known as Ronnie, which is a combination of his mother's names of Rosa and Neis. His mother, incidentally, his hero.
2 whites.
Well, this is a significant attempt here from Eglan. He's sat in 4th position at the moment with a best lift of 232. Now the Georgian, Jin Karadze, is ahead of him in the bronze medal position at 238. So this won't carry him up any further. However, it'll be a lift to instill confidence, a lift to apply pressure from beneath the Georgian to let him know that Eglan Mena is coming. has had some struggles with injuries, tendonitis in the shoulder and his bicep. But if the first attempt is anything to go by, this weight of 236 should not be an issue, but it is. It is for two of the referees, and again, a challenge is submitted. He went to the jury last time, they ruled in his favor. It has to be unanimous, remember. And again, the issue was with the press. The stop there is great, touches the chest and is dead still. The press, did the elbows lock out simultaneously? That's the key question.
Yes.
And once again, the jury rule in the Colombians' favor. We don't see many challenges accepted, but we've seen two on the bounce for the Colombian. The jury is with Eglin Mena.
17, 1-7. He's over there.
The top four at the moment might just have a gate crasher join them. At the moment, the curveball in this competition is our next athlete. Here comes Jamil El-Shebli of Jordan, the defending Paralympic champion. Now, first round lift of 242 was unsuccessful. If 242 is lifted in round two, this will be a jump from, at the moment, the bottom of the table into second place. To make amends from round one, 242 kilograms in round two for the Paralympic champion.
Start. Rack.
Chief referee calls rack. It's very similar to round one. The press not completed. Jamil El-Shebli at the moment is in a spot of bother in this competition. Still, with the weights that he's attempting to lift, with no lifts on the board, is still a medal chance in this competition. That's how much he's attempting to lift. Very similar to round one, not completing the lift. And the reigning Paralympic champion, yes, two no lifts unfortunately for him, but don't rule him out of the medal picture just yet.
Akaki Jincharadze, the giant Georgian, who was agonizingly one place out of the medals in Tokyo 3 years ago. That was with a lift of 221 kilos. He has eclipsed that effort already with his opening lift of 238. 244 is now on the bar, and with the travails of Jamil El-Shebli with two no lifts, this is maybe not a golden opportunity for the Georgian, but certainly a bronze or silver opportunity for him. 244 would propel the Georgian to the silver medal position.
You
requires one more readjustment as the clock ticks down. Lifters have 2 minutes from when their name is called to get themselves settled and get their lift underway. The flag bearer of his country.
Start.
The colossus of his country. A mighty second attempt from Akaki Jincharadze. 244 kilos. Not a shadow of doubt in the minds of the referees. All three in unison that was good, that was very good. That was silver medal berth good. And Akaki Jincharadze makes his way from the platform. He receives the plaudits of the Porte de la Chapelle Arena, and he's in uncharted territory right now in the silver medal position.
Here comes Anton Klukov of Ukraine, currently in the bronze medal position, attempting 247 kilograms. And as he strides to the stage, the news is that Jamila Shebly, who's yet to register a lift, who will be lifting, or attempting in round 3 a lift that would leapfrog Klukov's current score, will not lift in the competition again. His position in third, Anton Klukov, is not secure, but at the moment he's looking further north and to move into the silver medal position. Minute left on the clock for Klukov.
Start.
Huge roar from the audience here in the Porte de la Chapelle Arena, and it's 3 white lights. It's a perfect lift for Anton Klukov. And he moves into the silver medal position. This is a very, very open competition. The men's over 107 kilogram category here in Paris. 247 lifted in round 2. Anton Klukov, there's plenty of Ukraine support here. And as this competition develops, the noise is getting louder and louder. But the medal picture is becoming more wide open, as wide as the eyes on Anton Klukov.
That is the state of play with the lift of the man from the Islamic Republic of Iran to come. Ahmad Aminzadeh draws the roars of the Porte de la Chapelle Arena, who clap in expectation of a lift to the tune of 258 kilos to come. Astonishing to think that this man hasn't been to a Paralympic Games before. The composure with which he's carrying with himself with each visit to the bench. The control with which he conquered it on his first attempt, 253 kilos. It sees clear daylight between him and the Ukrainian in silver. 258 exerts his dominance on the bar yet further.
Yo,
Start. Break.
Awesome Ahmad Aminzadeh of the Islamic Republic of Iran stands alone at the top of the table right now. A lift of 258 kilos, hydraulic in nature. And he marches on to attempt number 3 with 2 epic lifts behind him. Complete control on the down sequence, the touch of the chest and the arresting of the bar before the press didn't falter. The leader after round 2, Ahmad Aminzadeh.
Thanks.
Ready for round 3? Yes, me as well. Tahiro Haruna, here we go. 7th place on Paralympic debut for the Ghanaian. This will be a lift of 221 if successful. So no lift in round 2. Now what does the showman have before he gets under the bar? He wastes no time, by the way, once he's under the bar in starting his lift, but we've had all sorts beforehand. Flex in, body pop in. Or are we just focusing on the bar? It's business in round 3. Third round, second attempt, 221 kilograms.
Start. Break.
It will be a no lift for Tahiro Haruna, who's made plenty of friends here in Paris on his Paralympic debut. Carried the flag at the opening ceremony. He was on show there, and he's been the show here. Very warm applause from the Porte de la Chapelle Arena here in Paris at the Paralympics Paris 2024. His first Paralympic experience, Tahiro Haruna, will live long in the memory. And he finishes in 7th place with a lift of 210 kilograms.
Britain's Liam McGarry on Paralympic debut is assured of 6th place in the men's over 107 kilo final. But he has designs on higher up the table. He has Egypt's Am Mossad in his sights. And a lift of 228 here. We'll see him leapfrog the Egyptian for the time being. He's come from a big rugby background previously. And he's spoken about competitiveness running in his blood, addicted to the buzz of being on the platform, feeding off the energy. Well, is his appetite for heavy lifting up to 228 kilos here. One more rallying cry from Liam McGarry as he looks to close out his Parisian powerlifting adventure with a 228.
Start.
Incredible. He had the will of the arena. He still has the will of the arena. Two of the referees deeming that the press sequence wasn't satisfactory. The chief referee sat behind him there. He was happy with every element. Let's take a look. Controlled on the down, good stop. And here the extension. The question is the lockout. Challenge successful for Mighty McGarry. And the roof of the Porte de la Chapelle arena almost blasts off. A Paralympic debut, 228 kilos conquered, and for now, 5th in the men's over 107 kilo class.
More weight is being added to a bar that is rapidly bending. ...237 kilograms. Al-Mossad of Egypt failed in round 2 with 235. He's added a couple more on. Currently in 6th place with 227. If successful, this will move him into 4th position. A man who looks all business. Silver medalist from Rio. He lifted 235 there. This will be the most he's lifted in any major competition in his career. The 32-year-old in Cairo. In the final round here in Paris to move into 4th position. Al-Mossad. getting himself into the right position underneath the bar, physically and mentally. Round 3 to move into 4th.
Start.
The bar is slowly rising. The chief referee signals for the bar to rack. That will be a no lift. Press sequence was not completed. 3 red lights. So it will be 6th position for Al-Massad. With that 6th position confirms Liam McGarry in 5th. Al-Massad, 227 in round 1. His best here in Paris. It won't be a medal this time for Al-Massad. Tremendous lift in round 1 and 227. His best in Paris.
Back to the Colombian, Egline Mena, the scourge of the referees, if you will. 2 attempts, twice deemed no lift, twice he's gone to the jury and they've ruled in his favour. Interesting to see what unfolds here. He has 2 good lifts from 2. His best to this point, 236. Bronze is out of sight for him. That's at 244. That's with the Georgian Akaki Jincharadze. But Egline Mena will want a clean sweep here in Paris. A clean sweep on his first trip to the greatest show on earth.
Start.
Once again, the press under scrutiny. 2 of the referees deeming a no lift, and once again the white challenge card is brandished. And why wouldn't you? Given his track record in this competition, he's guaranteed 4th, but he wants that 237. He wants that 3 from 3. Again, the down, the stop were all good. It was the extension on the press, and on this occasion, he runs out of lives. Egline Mena has his challenge rejected. His 3rd attempt to no lift. However, he claims 4th with a best lift of 236 kilos.
More and more of those weights which I would struggle to lift onto the bar are being added to the bar. We know who will fill the first 3 positions here in Paris, but in what order? Here comes the Georgian, Akaki Jincharadze, from the famous powerlifting city of Tbilisi. Currently in the bronze medal position with 244 kilograms. This, attempt 3, 250, will take him into the silver medal position above Anton Glukov. Jincharadze, 37 years old. He's competed in 2 Paralympic Games before, 9th in Rio, 4th in Tokyo. He will get a medal this time. He's finished 4th in last year's World Championships as well, so you could say it's a medal that's been coming for Jincharadze. But he wants silver to move into the silver medal position. Akake Jincharadze of Georgia. 250 kilograms, round 3.
Start.
Jincharadze, 3 white lights, and he moves from bronze to silver. The big Georgian points to his team by the side of the stage. It's going to be a Paralympic medal. At the moment, it's going to be silver. There's still 2 lifts to go. But Akake Jincharadze has completed his perfect competition here in Paris. 238, 244 and 250 kilograms in round 3. Moves into second place, the silver medal position. And then there were 2.
Over to you, Anton. Who, if you're inquiring about the look, one of his rituals is he refuses to shave for at least a month before competition. Well, he needs his competitive edge to be razor sharp here, as he has been backed into a bronze corner for the time being, with 251 on the bar though. He knows there will be a silver sheen to his time in Paris. 251 kilos for the silver medal for Anton Kryukov of Ukraine.
Start.
The Mega Man of Mariupol moves a momentous weight. And he seals silver at Paris 2024 in the para-powerlifting. He had the weight of the bar, the additional weight of pressure and expectation exerted upon him by the lift that came before from Akake Jincharadze. But to the delight of the blue and yellow clad fans here in the Porte de la Chapelle arena, he, like the bar, rose to the gauntlet thrown down. And silver the reward.
And then there was one. Ahmad Aminzadeh of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Here comes the Paralympic champion. That's been settled already. He's attempting 263 kilograms. From the Islamic Republic of Iran, where the great Siaman Rahman was renowned, revered. Sadly passed a few years ago, the world record holder at 310 kilograms. That's right, 310. Ahmad Aminzadeh, two-time world champion in his first Paralympic Games, will be the gold medal winner. Can he lift 263 kilograms in round 3?
Start.
A roar to greet a champion, and he's lifted 263 kilograms, 2 wide lights. Majority rules when it comes to decisions in para-powerlifting, and another man that rules is Ahmad Aminzadeh of the Islamic Republic of Iran, the Paralympic champion here in Paris. ...263 kilograms, 3 good lifts. He started with a weight that would have won gold. He went better in round 2, 258, and then that 263. He's won, and he's won by 12 kilograms. Consistency and also raw strength and power with technique as well. The majority of his lifts were 3 out of 3 from the referees. And a little bit of a showman as well. And why not when you're going to be wearing gold in the next few minutes? Bronze medal for Akaki Jincharadze of Georgia. A silver medal for Anton Klukov, Ukraine. And a gold medal for Ahmad Aminzadeh of the Islamic Republic of Iran.
gentlemen, the victory ceremony for Powerlifting, men's over 107 kilo category.
Veuillez accueillir vos
The
Please
victory ceremony for the men's over 107 kilo powerlifting competition. And what a competition it was. What a connection that these three men have built with those inside the Porte de la Chapelle Arena.
Les médailles seront remises par
The medals will be presented by
Monsieur Quentin Gézel, maire de Duny.
Mayor of Duny.
Mr. Quentin Jessel, the Mayor of Dugany, and Mr. Steve Laranga, who is Deputy Mayor of Saint-Ouen-sur-Seine,
Deputy Mayor of Saint
will be charged with the honour of awarding the final medals of Paris 2024.
Médaille de bronze représentant la Géorgie.
Bronze medalist representing Georgia, Akaki Chinchaladze.
Akaki Chinchaladze was locked in a battle for bronze and silver. It was extraordinary to watch. Each time he returned to the bench, he produced his best. He went to the next level. And the giant Georgian claims bronze. Bronze for Akaki Chinchaladze of Georgia.
Silver medalist representing Ukraine, Anton Krukov.
Anton Krukov of Mariupol in the Ukraine has drawn jubilant scenes from the many Ukrainian fans proudly fluttering the yellow and blue flag of their nation. It was a remarkable performance from this man who claims his first Paralympic medal ever. Silver for Ukraine's Anton Krukov.
Médaillé d'or et champion paralympique pour l'Iran.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Islamic Republic of Iran,
However, Ahmad Aminzadeh of the Islamic Republic of Iran is without peer right now in para-powerlifting terms. 3 clean lifts, 3 lifts beyond the capabilities of anyone else in the competition, and climaxing with a best of 263 kilos. Gold for the Islamic Republic of Iran, Ahmad Aminzadeh.
Mesdames et messieurs, si vous le pouvez, veuillez vous lever pour l'hymne d'Iran.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you're able for the anthem of Islamic Republic of Iran.
Médaillé paralympique.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
The medalists in the men's over 107 kilo Powerlifting final. Bronze for Georgia's Akaki Jinchaladze, silver for Ukraine's Anton Kruikov, and gold for the Islamic Republic of Iran's Ahmad Aminzadeh. That riveting and exceptional contest fittingly draws to a conclusion the para-powerlifting program at Paris 2024. There's a sense of emotion that it is drawing to a close after the unbelievable feats that we have seen throughout. Medals galore, heroic contributions on the bench, and records tumbling on a daily basis. There is good reason that para-powerlifting is one of the fastest growing Paralympic sports. And after a games like this, it is only traveling in one direction. And that is up to higher heights and heavier weights in the ultimate test of upper body strength. The para-powerlifting program has crescendoed to a fitting climax at the Porte de la Chapelle Arena. In the final day of competition, medals have been awarded, justly so. In the women's over 86 kilo final, it was bronze for Nadia Ali, silver for Deng Xiaomei, and it was gold and a record for Folashade Oluwafumayeu. Whilst in the men's over 107 kilo final, bronze for Georgia's Akaki Jincharadze, silver for the Ukraine's Anton Kruikov, and gold for the Islamic Republic of Iran's Ahmed Aminzadeh. The sports of para-powerlifting is in fine fettle after a quite remarkable 5 days competition at Paris 2024.
First question,